So I am live here to answer any questions that you may have about systems and ops. I'm going to turn this off. And if you have questions about systems and operations in your foundation, I want to answer those. But then also, if you have questions about Platform to Justice, my 8-week training program designed to equip social justice organizations with the crucial training, mentorship, knowledge, and skills needed to scale their justice efforts. If you have questions about that program, I am here to answer those as well. And so, those of you who watched my video, who caught my replay, or watched it live with me, know that this program is free 99. Yes, it's free because I really want to get in there and help you all with your systems and operations quickly and fast. I know that some of you have some things planned for the rest of the year and you need some assistance to get that done and to make that happen. So that's what this is about. If you see me switching from screen to screen, it's just because I am trying to see if there's anyone who's jumped in or has questions, okay? So I'm just trying to get in here to make sure I can actually see the questions that you may have for me so that I can answer them. Let me see. Okay, we're going to pin this, make sure it's right here. Okay, so if you have questions about systems in your business and your foundation, I would like to answer those. So let's start with this. Some of you aren't really quite sure what a system is, and that's okay. Systems are basically anything you do that has some sort of routine to it or steps to it to complete it. And a lot of times we do stuff and we don't think about the fact that it has steps to it. And that's why it's not done quickly, because we may be doing things with no order to it, right? But once you've kind of gotten a groove, you can do things more efficiently because you have systems. Operations is several systems put in place to run your foundation, right? Simply put. And so there are a number of things that you will want to cover and you'll want to do when you have a foundation in order to make sure things are running smoothly, right? So I'm going to take you through just a little bit of what we talked about in systems and operations for foundations last week during my presentation, just so you can see if this is a program that you would want to join so that you can get your systems and operations aligned with your goals for this year. So as I mentioned, Platform to Justice is in its beta program, okay? And beta just means that we are building this out as we go, and I think that there's a lot of room for feedback for you to give that to me, for me to make this program be what it really needs to be before it's fully launched to the world. Okay, so Platform to Justice is an 8-week training program designed to equip social justice organizations with the crucial training, mentorship, knowledge, and skills needed to scale their justice efforts. And you can apply now to the program at helloambi.com/beta. helloambi.com/beta. Okay, so what will we be covering in this program? This program has 8 weeks in it, and the first week is where we're going to focus on our welcome and providing information about branding and things like that to make sure you're ready to go and have your system set up. So that'll be what we cover in the first week, just an introductory, getting our feet wet, getting to know each other, and making sure that we're all on the same page. I'll have some instructions on things that you'll need to get done throughout the training, and so we just want to make sure everybody knows how to access all of the information and where to go for all the things. So the first class that we'll have will actually be in the second weekend consecutively. It'll move on from there. So systems and operations and reporting. That's one of the things we'll cover. And these may not be in this particular order. I'm really going based off of what I see as a need on first time basis with this beta program. And then you all can give me feedback on things and say, hey, I wish you had kind of done social media first, right? Because that was really aligned with what we were doing. So I may switch those and put things in different places. But these are the topics that we'll be covering: systems, operations, and reporting, social media marketing and PR, finances, your board or your team, and the training that you need to put in place. You need to have a system for how you do your trainings. Fundraising. How many of you are planning to do some fundraising this year or even some crowdfunding? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. So if you have some systems in place, we can make it a lot easier for you. And then donor management. How many of you really wish that you could connect with your donors in a way where they can be giving you money throughout the year on demand during your seasonal time for giving, right? Your seasonal times. How many of you do Giving Tuesday? Put a 1 in the chat if you do Giving Tuesday, because that is a huge time for foundations to receive donations and to do their fundraising. Almost every foundation I know is prepared and doing something. Well, they're not always prepared, but they are always seeking money on Giving Tuesday. And Facebook has made it so much easier. And so if you have a system set up where you are able to collect donations and you're able to nurture your relationship with your donors throughout the year, have your system set up to do that, you are going to be successful, right? So then our last week will be focused on wrapping up and talking about insights. We'll do a little wrap party and answer questions that may be lingering from the program that you didn't quite get to manage, okay? And then this program actually comes along with some bonuses. So we're going to have a co-work session. We may have a few of these depending on the need, and that's just really where we're going to be able to hop on live in a Zoom space and look inside of your foundation background, your back office to your foundation, and really see what systems you need and work on some of these 6 core areas together so that I can help you. You can also get feedback from those who are in the cohort. And it's kind of like what folks say when they give a hot seat session, right? So you'll be able to hop in and we'll be able to work together on those things. And you can be working, I'll be working, and then we can hop into a room and just help each other as needed. And then tech support. I mentioned in my class, my free live class, Systems and Operations for Foundations, I mentioned in the class that I would help with tech support, and that is because there's a lot of different apps that will help us to optimize the work that we do in our foundations. And for many of you, this may be your first time being introduced to those apps and those softwares, the SaaS products, right? So if that's something new for you or new to you, and you need a little bit of assistance on learning how to use Pinterest or learning how to use YouTube, I am here to assist you in getting those things aligned and work out for you so that you can be stronger and more secure in what you're doing and the work that you're putting out into the world for your foundation. And then you're also going to have a community of support. And I haven't quite determined and decided which app I'm going to use first, or which I'm going to use specifically for building our community. But I am leaning towards using the Discord app because Discord allows for video usage as well. And so if you needed to meet with another member of the cohort one-on-one, you would be able to hop into a video chat with them instantly. You don't need to have a Zoom link. You don't need to try to figure out what time someone's going to be available. You don't have to do all that scheduling. You can literally go and do a almost like FaceTime meeting with them inside of Discord immediately. So that's one of the things that I am looking at for our community. If we don't go with Discord, we will definitely be using another program that folks are familiar with or have some type of history with, or at least the skill set, right? So some of you are familiar with Twitter or you're familiar with Facebook. I think Facebook is too distracting. So we may go with Discord or Slack. If you've never seen Slack before, it works very similar to Facebook and Twitter and all these other social media sites, so it'll be easy to use. Okay, so that's an overview of the program along with the bonuses that I will be providing. So I'm not seeing any questions in the chat just yet. So let's keep going. So as I mentioned, we are now accepting applications for our summer cohort, which means that you can complete your application now until tomorrow. So you have a chance to be selected. Make sure you go and fill out your application right now. Don't walk, run, and fill out your application at the link helloambi.com/beta. And all of our applicants who make it inside of the beta program will be notified on or by Thursday, June 15th. Okay? And our first class will start Thursday, June 22nd. All right? And we're starting we have a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard start time. Those of my folks who are on the West Coast, if you need some adjustments or you need some replays because you can't possibly attend, I am open to that as well. But I've reached out and I've talked to many of you one-on-one, and I know that this is a program that you all have wanted, something that you've needed. There's a lot of programs for impacted families who want to start their own foundation, or memorial foundations or social justice organizations. There's a lot of programs for impacted family members around grief. But I have not heard a whole lot about how do I do the work? How do I plan an annual memorial event, right? Project planning. How do I make sure that I have volunteers who show up every time I want to do an event or some type of service activity? What's the easy way to get people out to support my cause, right? So folks aren't having answers to those questions, and I want to provide those answers. I want you to know how people are doing it. And so that is what I'm offering you. It's an opportunity for us to get into your foundation and do the work for 8 weeks to set you up on higher ground, to create a solid foundation for the work that you are already doing and to make your life easier, right? And many of you are tired and exhausted and you just need a moment to step away. So if you have some automations in place, which are also considered to be systems in place to do some of that work for you. If you were sick, if you just wanted to take a vacation, if you wanted to take some time off, if you just are going through a deep depression and you can't do the work, it doesn't have to feel like you've dropped the ball. You can see that things are still getting done, even though you're not physically doing it. And I believe many of you need that. So, wrapping this up, just want to remind you of the 3 steps that it would take to be a part of this program, right? So all you would need to do, stage 1, is apply at helloambi.com/beta. And then I will have a one-on-one systems consultation with you that will be scheduled at helloambi.com/chat. You'll get an email reminder to let you know when to sign up for your one-on-one systems consultation. And then you'll be notified in June that you've been accepted, and that's stage 3, right? Easy peasy. So I always wanted to sweeten up this deal, even though I don't know how much sweeter you can get than free. So I promised, excuse me, I promised that the first 3 people to sign up would receive 1 free system set up by me. Let me get some water, y'all. I know y'all can't see me, but I'm struggling behind the scenes. Okay, back to normal. All right, so like I said, we're going to sweeten the deal. The first 3 people to sign up will receive 1 free system setup, and those are the people who are the first 3 to be accepted. So you have an opportunity to be one of those 3. All right, so let me see. We'll finalize this and see if I have any other folks who may have questions, and I'm not seeing any. So I'm assuming that you all know exactly what you need to do. for this program. And if you don't, you can shoot me an email, you can give me a call, and shoot me a message in my DMs if you need to, okay? So I'm here to answer all of your calls. I will be calling people and reaching out to all the people that I know that have foundations. So if you're not here right now or you're joining this live late, know that you may be one of the people on my call list to see if you will be joining this program, okay? That's all I have for you this evening. And those of you who are on my email list, make sure you check out my email from yesterday where I talked about spending time with my family this weekend. Those of you who know me or know me very well, my birthday is tomorrow. And so I was happy to spend time with my family yesterday and witness all the love in the room for my cousin Lawana's wedding. So shout out to Lawana and Craig. Congratulations on your nuptials once again. And I love you all very much. So that's all I have for you this evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.